everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing Your Spiritual Streams. My name's Tandra, and today we are going to do our 2022 predictions for what you might come across during the year, the kind of things that you might be dealing with, some of the energies that are going to be happening, maybe a little bit of advice if that pops up, or just to give you an idea of the kinds of things you can look forward to for the coming year. We do base this on your astrological sign, and it's for your sun, moon, and or rising sign. So it's a good idea to watch all three of those readings. That way you can get a better idea of what your year might be like. We do this slightly different than other readers in that for each sign, you will have 3 piles to choose from. So hopefully the reading will be a little bit more specific to you, because not all Aries are the same, not all Pisces are the same, and so forth. And so there are liable to be some slight nuances or differences in each pile, and that way you have a better chance of maybe getting a little bit more detailed reading. These are the decks that will be used in the readings. So this is just letting you know the kind of decks we're going to be using. This is the Modern Witch. This is the Gypsy Fortune Telling. This is the Old Style Laramand. This is the Romance Tarot. This is the Wheel of the Year Tarot. This is the Black Moon Astrology Oracle deck. And this is the Witch's Tarot. So those are the tarot cards that we will be using in each of the readings. Okay, so next will be the introduction for each specific video. There will be an introduction to let you look at the piles and let you decide which readings to go to, and then we'll get to the readings for each one. So we look forward to seeing you there. Hello everybody, welcome to Cancer's 2022 yearly reading. As promised, we have 3 different piles for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the Cancer symbol. We have pile 2 with the Cancer written out. And we have pile 3 with the constellation. And as we stated earlier, this is for your sun, moon, and or rising signs. And it is a good idea to watch all the videos that correspond to those 3 items in your chart to help get a better idea of your full year. All right, we're going to give you some time to reflect on these piles, and when you are ready, there are timestamps in the description that will lead you directly to your reading. We'll see you there. Hello, pile 1 for Cancer. Those of you that chose the Cancer symbol. We have that there. We have a lot we're going to look at today. We have our Black Moon Oracle Astrology cards, which we're going to look at first, and we will be looking in the booklet for that, because there's a lot of information in here, and it's a really good place to start for the energies for your year and what's going on that way. And then we have our tarot cards and our Laramand cards we're going to look at for more clarification. And then we also have our charms we're going to do, and our romance tarot here to help find out a little bit more about your romantic life for the year. We also will be doing our oracle spheres. That's where you think of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to, because we will be doing those as well. And then we'll also do our angel numbers. That gives the angels an opportunity to give you any special messages, or for you to have lucky numbers for the year, or things like that. All right, so let's get started. Let's see what your year's going to be like. Number 16, Cancer, I feel. So right in line with your sign here. All right, let's take a look and see what the booklet has to say about that. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Individuals born under the sign of Cancer are mysterious and alluring, just like their ruler, the moon, a solitary orb that floats alone in the night sky, yet is still very much in sight. Cancers have a depth of feeling not easily seen, as if in the deepest parts of the ocean, fathoms below the surface, but where there is great power. Cancers are reclusive and they tend to hide their feelings and have alternating moods. They are emotionally vulnerable and are easily wounded. They can be downright touchy, and when feelings are bruised, Cancers can come across as crabby and harsh. They feel for others deeply and are exceptionally sympathetic, but as they are highly empathic, the emotions of others can exhaust them. Cancers are resilient, endure much, and can overcome just about anything, which seems peculiar because they are so sensitive. Cancer is a sign of the mother, and those ruled by Cancer tend to be overprotective of their offspring, which means they also like to control and take over. After all, the child is an extension of the mother who also needs to be protected, so she must remain strong to take care of her young. Cancer is a sign of the imagination. They have a rich fantasy life, so they do well in the areas of creative writing, art, and also music. And with their gut reactions, Cancers can also be very accurate psychics. When the Cancer card presents itself in a reading, you can be assured emotions are high. You may want to withdraw, or you may be dealing with someone who is withdrawn or depressed at this time. There is a feeling of being connected to the unseen world, and this includes the world of ghosts and spirits. This card can indicate inherited psychic abilities and even witch blood. There is a typhoon of power behind Cancer's strong feelings. But it can also mean you are in sync with other people's emotions. You'll instinctively know what to do at the right time. There is sensitivity and emotional closeness indicated. If your question is about love, it may be a secret or involve bonded souls as with a mother and child. This card can also mean that family or domestic issues need to be addressed. A mother or a maternal figure is also indicated by this card. Women may figure prominently, women's issues, and how women get along. The sign of Cancer is known for good memory and for the ability to hold on the longest, either positively or negatively, so although it will be hard to overlook any slights at this time, forgiveness is the best response. Right now, your moods may be changeable, just like the moon's phases throughout the month, and you may want to hide and withdraw from hurt and pain. Perhaps this pain is real or imagined, but in the solitude, you will build a greater strength to face whatever it is that holds you back. The Cancer card in brief. Women, kind women, female mysteries, the breasts, mother, pregnancy, early life, the soul, what happens at night, the night sky, witches and their powers, creative imagination, being drawn in by illusion and fantasy, what is hidden, being withdrawn, introversion, seclusion, wanting to hide away, loneliness, secret love affairs, clandestine encounters, culinary arts, nourishment, importance of food and diet, the digestive system, stomach issues, immediate family, the family tree, the tribe you belong to, the past, history, and all it evokes, buying or selling antiques, taking an old-fashioned view, guilt, remorse, looking back instead of forward, issues with trust, moods, being overly sensitive, drawing in emotions, looking to save or be saved, ruminating over problems while not moving forward, doing the right thing, and having compassion, sympathy, and support. The corresponding tarot card is the moon, and the key ideas are inner awareness, memory, the past, hiding, seclusion, mothers, and the womb. Okay, so why don't we take a look at our tarot cards to see what kind of energies that the Cancer card invokes that you will specifically be dealing with during the year. There's a lot going on there. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Hermit. Okay, makes sense. The King of Swords. Yep. The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. The Sun card. Beautiful. Page of Cups. The King of Pentacles. The Temperance card. And then we have number 34, the fish, and letter. Okay, wow. First of all, I do see the seclusion part of Cancer coming through here. I do see where you might want to have feelings of wanting to be reclusive this year quite a bit. You want to be amongst yourself and not really get out there with other people much. You want to kind of be, it's an introspective kind of year where you're looking back at things, you're paying attention to the past and to what's gone on and that kind of thing. Okay? I don't necessarily see that lasting throughout the whole year, however. Okay, I do see that as an energy that is one, especially early on, maybe even the first half of the year. I see you contemplating things. I see you trying to get over some changes in your life that have taken place recently. But it could both be in love and finances and career. It could be in any of those things. But I see you trying to get your balance back. I see you trying to be able to deal with your feelings and whatnot. Now, what's really great about the Cancer card as it was being discussed was that this seclusion, this introspection, this hiding out for a while type of energy will actually make you stronger to be able to come back out and deal with anything going on and be able to improve it and that kind of thing. I do feel like an important message or letter or other document will probably help pull you out of this seclusion type of phase. I think that it will kind of be your signal to, okay, now it's time to get back out into the world. It's time to kind of face things as it goes on. You will be dealing with some emotional issues this year. Your emotions will fluctuate quite a bit, and getting that balance is going to kind of be your goal for the year. Okay. I do think children might also be kind of prominent in your year, in that I think you might have good relations with any children, or you might even get back kind of a. See, this is funny. I get the idea that children can make you smile at this time, and thinking about children and dealing with them can, kind of put you on kind of help your feelings be in a really good place. But I also feel like your emotions this year, especially early on in the year, especially the first half of the year, will be ones that will be almost like teenagers. You know how teenagers, they're going through a lot of hormonal ups and downs. Sometimes it's not even rational. They might have certain feelings and they don't even know why. One of the reasons why I feel like that may be the case for you this year is I think you are getting ready to be in a spiritual awakening. You guys are great empathic souls. You have a lot of feeling. I do feel like you have abilities to touch the other realm and so forth. And I think those skills are starting to really develop in your life a little bit, and they're a little bit scary to you. They're a little bit, you're not sure what to do with them. You're not sure what emotions are yours. You're not sure whether to trust your intuition or whether there's something else going on. So I really see that as kind of being kind of the trigger to a lot of this emotional upheaval that you're going to be dealing with. Now, once mid-year comes around and you've had your chance to get back more on an even keel, balance yourself out, be able to deal with your emotions, be able to figure out which emotions are yours and which ones are other people's, which ones are valid, which ones or ones that you shouldn't pay attention to, when you can rely on your intuition, when all of that kind of comes about, then I think you're going to have a very successful year. You have some wonderful cards that show some really good outcomes to things. You have the King of Pentacles, you have the Sun card, you have the Fish card, and all of those things show some really good outcomes. Now, you do have some 5 energies. You have the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. Your year is going to be dealing a lot with ideas and money matters, career, earthly matters like that, things dealing with the earth. And I do think that your life will make a change, especially mid-year. And things that deal with work-related matters and money-making matters will start to change around. You're going to be given some opportunities. You need to be on the lookout for those, because it's a really good idea to take those up when you can. You will be victorious, maybe at a cost, but it won't be too great of a cost. Your victory will be greater than the cost that it will take. You're going to be much stronger. You're going to be able to deal with issues as they come up. You're going to be much more balanced, and then you're going to be able to really implement some really good ideas. Now, with the King of Pentacles energy, well, not the King of Pentacles so much, the King of Swords. The King of Swords is kind of an old fuddy-duddy. He is very much into traditions. He's very much into the past in history and the way things have gone before. I see the King of Pentacles, and you have both kings. I see the King of Pentacles as being a little bit more open to new ideas, new concepts, moving forward and so forth. And I think you're going to kind of vacillate between old and new things this year. The Cancer energy that the card showed up is one of antiques and old things and the status quo and things like that. So you will be dealing with those things, especially early on in the year. But I do think you're going to be able to implement newer ideas, newer thoughts, newer ways of handling things. And I think you're going to be able to blend the two pretty well. And I think that that's kind of unique and kind of special. And that is going to help you have a much brighter year and more beautiful things happening the latter half of the year, because you're going to be able to blend the old and the new, which kind of gives you a whole new light, a whole new perspective, a whole new way of looking at things, and but yet it still has the flavor of the old established thing, so it has that foundation to it. So I really feel like that is where your energies are going this year. We will be looking at our charms here in a few minutes to see if we can get any other energies or any other advice on that. And we'll also be looking at our romance cards, so we'll see where you might be going in your romantic life. So let's go ahead and do that first and see where we're at. Okay, let's take a look here at your romantic life for the year. Okay, we have another Sun card, and we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, how beautiful. We also have the Empress. Okay. The Empress is very much into emotions and that kind of thing. And so for those of you that are in a relationship and already have one, this energy has been one that's been very strong throughout a lot of the readings so far. So this must be kind of a collective energy right now, where most relationships that are already established are going to remain relatively stable throughout the year. That seems to be the message for almost all of the readings so far. So it must be kind of a collective energy that we're seeing now. I don't think that's true for every single person, but I think that that's the general energy that's out there for most established relationships, that they should remain relatively stable and happy for the year. For people that don't have relationship or aren't in one, I do think for you guys specifically that you have an opportunity to meet up with somebody this year, and I think you can be very emotionally happy with it, but you are going to have some emotions attached to this, which makes sense. You know, in romantic relationships, we have a lot of emotions that we deal with, and that happens and goes on. And in your case, with your emotions kind of running kind of a little bit of everywhere, especially early in the year, any relationships that you start or get into will be highly emotionally charged, I feel. I feel like there'll be a lot of emotions attached to those. But I think if you get into any relationships later on in the year, when things start moving a little bit more on a more even pathway, I think those, especially if you follow your intuition and your gut instinct as to whether or not it's a good relationship to get into or not, I think that those have an opportunity to flourish and be very good. Also, I did see for some of you, this is not for everybody, so if this doesn't resonate with you, don't run with it. But I did see for a few of you watching the reading, it is a high possibility that you will have get pregnant or have a child this year. There was a little bit dealing with the Cancer card, dealing with motherhood and dealing with children in the family. The Empress card, usually she is pregnant or bringing forth some sort of life or abundance into your life. Now, for those of you that that is not true for, that you're not going to have a baby or become a parent, I see the Empress card as leading towards more of that abundance that you have the possibility of bringing forth in your life towards the end of the year. And I just see the Empress card. Empress card is just kind of as part of that. Okay. You do have an opportunity to have some of your wishes fulfilled this year, especially in the love department. So that is something for you to think about as well, where the Queen of Wands comes in there. So you have some really good energies going on as far as that goes. Like I said, especially towards the latter half of the year, is where things should start flipping around for you, and your strength and everything else should really come forth. Some of the emotions that I see that is going on is dealing with some of you being pregnant or with a partner who's pregnant, and you're having to deal with all the emotions that entails. So that's some of the up and down motions throughout the year for some of you. That's what's causing some of that. And maybe the reason why that flips during the year is because you either get later on in the pregnancy and those emotions get a little bit better, or you actually have the child and then those, you get a little bit more stable with those emotions as well. So for those of you that are having a child this year, that might be one of the reasons why you have the up and down emotions going on there. So that's just kind of a little aside. All right, let's go and look at our charms. Let's see what other information we might have here. And we'll see where we're at on that, okay? Okay. Oh my, dropping charms. Okay. Okay, here's one of them that dropped. Okay, didn't see anything else, so I guess we got it. Okay, we do have the ship here. When I see that, I think of the water. So I do think of that emotional up and down that the water sign is invoking here a little bit. So that is something that you might be dealing with it. We do have the be true to you. That's really important. Be who you are. Be what you would like to see happen. What you would like your life to be like. Make sure that you do follow that. We do have a family's love is forever. And I do think some of you will be dealing with family and that kind of thing this year. We also have the seashell. So that just is showing more of the emotions in the up and down and other phases like that you will be dealing with. You do have 2 butterflies. And that goes along with the 2-5 of energies that we talked about with change. You will be kind of going through a metamorphosis this year. You will be changing throughout the year. And with that, we do have Saturn here, which is interesting because Saturn, a lot of people consider Saturn a very harsh planet, a very rough planet. He's slow moving. Things take a little longer for things to happen. So they're not always real happy with Saturn. But Saturn can bring great rewards if you're patient enough and do the hard work that it takes, to get Saturn to finally give up the rewards. And so it can be quite worth it. And so, and we did talk about, towards the end of the year, you reaping some really good abundance things and other, happiness and other things coming into your life. So this is a year for you to definitely be patient, be diligent, work hard, realize things are going to get better. Just keep plugging away at things, and you will see the benefit of that. So this is kind of one of those more quiet years. Like I said, the first half especially, you'll be dealing a lot with being introspective, contemplating things, looking at things, and that kind of energy anyway. So this is definitely a slower moving year, at least especially early on. And so that's kind of the energy that's going on there. You do have protected and beautiful. Those are really great. That just shows that during this emotional time that you're going through with this up and down feelings and emotions and other things, you are being protected. You are being cocooned while you're in your metamorphosis stage of the butterflies, but then you'll be able to emerge much more awesome and much better, and be able to go out on your own and be stronger. Okay, so that's really kind of cool. We do have the teddy bear, so once again, I do see a possibility of children playing a role this year. Either you having a child, or you're working with children, or possibly teaching children, or children playing an important role in your life this year. I do see that. We do have the I. That's the only letter that came through, so I just kind of see that as maybe you focusing a lot on yourself this year and improving who you are and what you think of yourself, and those kinds of energies. But we also have the tennis racket, which I see as a good partnership energy. So this could be a really good year to form a partnership, especially the latter half of the year. So that is something for you to think of. We do have the pouncing kitty. So, I see that as when the time is ripe, you can pounce on any opportunities and be able to fulfill things with that. You do have the Ace of Pentacles here, which, shows new abundance coming, new ideas, new starts. This could be a really good year to start a new business or start a new way that you make money, new job. that kind of thing. But that comes after the contemplation part of it. I would not do it earlier on in the year. You do have the Six of Diamonds as well, which just shows the abundance that should be coming your way this year. And once again, also usually it shows giving away some of that to children. So I did want to mention the children again, because I do think children will play a pretty significant part of your year, even if you're not having any of your own. Okay, let's go on to our oracle spheres. This is where you ask your yes or no question that you would like to get your answer to. We have 4 different stands for you to pick from. We have green, bronze, gold, and blue. You decide which stand you would like to get your answer on. You think of a question that has a yes or no type of answer involved with it, and then we go out and we'll get our answers. All right, so number 1, green, is a yes. Number 2, bronze, is a not now. Number 3, gold, is a not likely. And a number 4, blue, is a not sure. Okay, so we have a yes, a not now, a not likely, and a not sure. All right, let's go on to our angel numbers. These work very similarly in that we do have stands for you to pick from here. And let me get one out. Okay. We have 5 different stands. We have blue, silver, purple, green, and gold. We have 55 angel numbers here. And what you do is you pick a stand or more than one stand if you feel compelled to do so. And when you have your number, there are links in the description that you can go to a website to tell you what that angel number specifically means, which gives you an idea of what the angels would like for you to look at during the year or focus on. But also some people like to take all 5 numbers and use them as lucky numbers, or sometimes they want to use the numbers as important dates or months for the year, or other things like that. So it's up to you how you utilize these numbers, but we're going to go ahead and we will get them out for you here. So number 1, blue, is 14. Number 2, silver, is 21. Number 3, purple, is 34. Number 4, green, is 17. And number 5, gold, is 35. All right, so we have 14, 21, 34, 17, and 35. So those are your angel numbers for the year. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. I hope there were some messages that were useful to you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and share the channel with your friends and family. That is so important to us. We can't even tell you how much that is important to us. Also, do check out our other videos. We put out daily messages from Spirit every day. We put out other videos at least once a week, and there are a lot of those already on the channel, and many of them are timeless. So we look forward to seeing you again in other videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Cancer Pile 2, those of you that chose Cancer written out. We have a lot to look at today for your 2022 reading. We have the Black Moon Astrology card, and we will be looking in the booklet for that because there's so much information in here. I didn't want you to miss out on maybe an important message that might be coming through there. We will be clarifying things and looking at things more closely with our tarot cards here. And we also have our charms that we're going to be doing more of that with. We have our romance tarot here that we'll be looking at to maybe get a little bit more clear idea on your romantic life. And then we also will be doing our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. And we'll also be doing our angel numbers. That is where angels have an opportunity to give you any more specific messages for the year, and you have the opportunity to have maybe some lucky numbers or other things like that. All right, so let's get started with our Black Moon card first and see what it has to say. Jupiter return benefits, number 49. Okay. Ooh, Jupiter's always abundance and good stuff coming. So let's see what the booklet has to say here. A Jupiter return occurs every 12 years. This marks the time the largest and most expansive of planets returns to the original place of when you were born. Turning up the Jupiter return card indicates a period when doors are open to you and obstacles are lifted. You are given the freedom to advance your goals with absolute abandon. It suggests you will soon be entering a time where you encounter less resistance and life should flow much easier. The Jupiter return card is the green light that gives the go-ahead. All paths are now clearing and you are to take the utmost advantage of this. Goals or plans you started more than a decade ago will begin to bear fruit, either right now or at least very soon. Something very good is about to emerge from the debris of the past. It could be a thing you felt you lost or something that did not work out exactly as you hoped. It may even be a plan you have forgotten about that once again comes into your life to make some remarkable changes and advances. In short, the Jupiter return card implies good fortune and prosperity in many areas, not just financial or material. Dreams manifest into reality at this time. Gifts flow in easily. It is also a time to be aware of how you approach matters of your own spirituality, faith, and destiny. There is a rapidness to Jupiter, so it's important to grab a hold of anything that surfaces. So don't let go. Investigate the possibilities this might bring. It is not a good time to get carried away, though. It is always important with Jupiter to keep a clear head. Jupiter, named for the Roman god, or Jove, as he is also named, is a jovial planet, open-hearted, optimistic, and flirtatious. The god Jove brings a multitude of blessings, while the planet Jupiter is the Santa Claus of the planets. The Jupiter return is like Christmas Eve. This card marks a stage when you are to receive opportunities and then rewards. This is the time many areas of your life begin to bear fruit. The only negative to this card is that it's not a good time to indulge or become reckless with anything. It can indicate too much of a good thing or of being overly confident things will work out on their own. But like the Saturn return, only hard work with perseverance will bring the payoffs. It is time to take a broader reach and to show gratitude. See the possibilities. Trust in your fortune and give thanks to the gods. Making light of a situation and realizing it's not as bad as it seems is the best approach. In fact, something will be rescued from the darkness. New experiences trigger a desire for travel and inner development. Communications with angels and higher spirits are more possible now. Higher education calls to you. Publishing your ideas or bringing them before the public are a probability. Relax, let go of control, and allow things to unfold. Be wise and pay attention. Don't take your eyes off the prize. You're in a kingly or queenly place right now. Bigger goals and plans now rule your life. It is time to put laziness aside and buckle down for some dramatic changes. Mostly positive. Great fortune is ahead of you, so don't back away from it and proceed from the dream in an onward way. Love and romance takes on a sweetness, a sense of freedom where you can be who you are with the addition of acceptance and generosity. You may attract many potential lovers at this time, so choose wisely, or the relationship could be very short-lived. And also be careful of indulging in too much to eat or drink. So in short, love others with grace and patience. Know that generosity is its own reward. Keep the expansive energy of Jupiter flowing, but with discernment. And an answer to your question, yes, but only if you are wise in your choices. Jupiter return card in brief. Positivity, openness, seizing the moment, rising to the call, preparation for great opportunities, being a success, grand achievements, significant improvements in money matters, new love or revitalization of old romances or relationships, signposts to the future and all the possibilities it may bring, release, freedom, happiness, buoyancy, excess, sugary foods, weight gain, rescue from suffering, the ace up your sleeve, happier times, alignment with the soul's calling, drawing the finances you need as well as the wisdom to know what to do with it, a check in the mail, and debts repaid. The corresponding tarot card is the Chariot. The key ideas are earned luck, fortune, rewards, profits, an auspicious year, the future, and aspiration. Okay, so Jupiter's always exciting when he shows up. Let's take a look at your tarot cards to see if we can get more specifics on this particular thing coming your way. All right, you have the Knight of Wands. You have the Ten of Swords. You have the Justice card. You have the Wheel of the Year. The Three of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords. The High Priestess. The Five of Cups. And the Sun card. And then we have the number one writer and lover. Awesome. Okay. Wow. I really see you guys as going through a change this year for sure, in that you're going to be able to finally slough off some ideas that you've had about the universe and how the way it works and what's going on. You've been kind of in your own head on this. You guys have been kind of anxious. You've been feeling kind of possibly worried about things happening in your life. You've been contemplating the negative side of things. You've been looking at what you don't have as opposed to what you do. You've been looking at how the universe and the world seems to be pushing you down, things like that. That's been kind of an energy you've been in for a little while. We all go there. It's easy to get into that, especially when we've had some rough things come around. But what's interesting here is that you have these other energies that show that that's going to flip around for you, that things are going to change for you. You have the Wheel of the Year. That is very much things changing up to a new level, a difference that goes along so well with the Jupiter return. In that the Wheel of the Year usually also means some better abundance and other things coming your way, or often can mean that. You do have the Knight of Wands, and the Knights bring wonderful things to us because, you know, they go out in battle and come back with the spoils of war. The Knight of Wands, I think of passionate energies. I do think in the love department, I think your year is going to be very passionate. If you are single, excuse me, I do think it's quite possible that you will have lots of people interested in you this year. As the card was stating earlier. So do be careful about that. Make sure that you use your intuition. You have really good intuition at this time, especially with the High Priestess card. So make sure that you utilize that intuition, and that you pick wisely with any kind of lovers that might come along. Also, and you do have the Lover card and the Rider card. So it's even those of you that are in a relationship, you might have some people showing some interest in you this year. And if it feels right and you don't want to be with who you're with or whatever, then go for it. That's great. But if you are in a relationship and you're happily in that relationship, just be forewarned that there still might be people interested in you this year, or will look at you that way, because I do see some passionate energies definitely flowing here. This is a really, really good year to tap into your intuition and your creative ideas and thoughts, and things that work on some projects that are creative and that you haven't already started or done anything with, because with Jupiter return card showing here, anything that you do like that creativity, if you have been thinking about painting or writing music or doing some of these other things, if you've been thinking about doing that and you start doing that, you should have reap some really good rewards from that during the year. You do have the Sun card, which is, one of the best cards in the deck for beautiful outcomes and things like that. So, you definitely have some really good energies flowing there. So this is a really good year to start those creative projects and those passionate ideas or things that you are passionate about or care about. Okay, so this is a really good year for that. And if you spend time on that this year, you should reap some really good benefits from it. Okay, let's go on and we'll look at your romance tarot cards to see a little bit more. We had a little bit come through in the regular tarot, but we'll see what there's a little bit more information about your romantic life as well. Okay? All right, so let's take a look here. See what your energies are for romance this year. Okay. Turn that one. Turn that one and turn that one. Okay. I don't do reverse cards. So, all right. We have the Three of Pentacles. That's twice, so that's an important card for you. We have the Seven of Cups. Oh, that's nice. And the Seven of Wands. Okay. Yes, definitely lots of lovers coming around this year. Definitely lots of people interested in you. Lots of opportunities for love and romance. For those of you already in a relationship, it could be a really good year for it. But like I say, there's a great possibility of other people also wanting to try to get in on that. So that'll be up to you to decide what to do with that. You have an opportunity of strengthening any kind of relationships that you're in, or that they will help support you and keep you strong, keep you happy and safe that way. So if you're in a relationship, it's very possible to be, really good, strong one, especially if you're already in it. So there you go. So, yep, that's what we got going romantically here. Let's take a look at our charms. Let's see if there's any other information about the year or other things that we can go on here to see what else might be taking place or that you're dealing with. Okay, another 3 energy. Very much time to do creative things. Okay. It's a really, really good time for that. It's really good time to work on those things. Now, we do have a few other cards here. We do have the Skull and Crossbones. That's usually a warning of some sort. The warning here, I would say, would be the one that was in the Jupiter card as it was talking about. Make sure that you are not going to overboard with things this year, because Jupiter is very much an expansion planet, and by it being Jupiter return, you could possibly overindulge in food, drink, lovers, pretty much anything in your life. You could overindulge, and overindulging in anything, no matter what it is, even if it's a good thing, can be harmful. And so that's just kind of a warning to be careful about that this year, not to, take advantage of the things that are happening in your life so much so that you go a bit overboard with it. Just be a little careful about that. This is a really good year for your intuition. We have the star moon charm here. It's a really good year to be creative and work on your dreams and other things like that. We do have the sheep. Sometimes with sheep, I think of kind of just following the pack or being sheepish or that kind of thing. In this case, I think of dreams. I think of you count sheep to go to sleep, and I'm thinking of dreams. I'm thinking of this is a really good time to pay attention to your dreams. It's a good time to maybe learn lucid dreaming this year, because I think maybe that might help direct your life a little bit. It's just something that kind of came up. So take it or leave it, whatever you guys think there. We do have the ribbon and a T. Now, the T, it could be an initial, it could conjure up certain words that you think of when you think of it. The ribbon usually means there is something to honor or to pay attention to, because there's all different ribbons out there for various causes, like cancer and soldiers and child abuse and all kinds of different ribbons that people pay attention to, or that they donate to, or that they wear to cause people to pay attention to certain things. And so this could be a good year for you to work with causes, work with getting some ideas out there that might be in the background or may not be noticed by most people. Getting it out there so that people can see it. It might be a really good time for that. We do have some tarot cards here, or, well, some playing cards. So let me see what these energies are here. You do have two more sevens. You have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Sevens quite often are a change energy, and we did talk about you changing some during the year, but they're also a spiritual energy, as in dealing with spirit and tapping into your spiritual qualities and energies. And we talked about that earlier. And it's interesting how it's the wands and the pentacles energy, because the wands is things that you're passionate about, that you care about, and pentacles is earthly matters and dealing with that kind of thing. And the wands is more spiritual matters. So it's really interesting with the Justice card too, with the balance there. I see that you might actually balance your spiritual and earthly life a little bit more this year, in that you will be tapping into your spiritual qualities, your intuition, and other things like that, and be able to balance your life out between that and the way you usually look at things. So that's kind of exciting. We do have two jacks here. We also have the Jack of Diamonds and of Wands as well. So once again, it's that energy between things that you're passionate about and things that are a little bit more practical and down to earth. So it's really interesting how your reading has a lot of that kind of balance between one and the other. So that is something you will be working on. By being jacks, those tend to be pages in my mind. And the pages are more of a youthful energy. They are more of a bringing forth exciting news and exciting things, and because they're younger, they bring forth that excitement into your life. So you have a lot of really good things coming to you this year. Exciting things, passionate things, things you're passionate about, things you care about. Creativity will be flowing quite a bit this year. Your relationship with spirit through the other realms is also strengthening this year. So a lot of good things happen in that way. So that's going to be really exciting. All right, let's take a look at our oracle spheres. This is where you think of your yes or no question that you would like to get an answer to. And then you pick a stand. We have blue, gold, bronze, and green. And once you pick your stand and you think of your question, and we go out and we get your answers. Okay, number 1, blue is not likely. Number 2, gold is probable. Number 3, bronze is not now. And number 4, green is probable. So our answers are not likely, probable, not now, and probable. Okay, so there are your oracle sphere answers for your question. Now let's take a look at our angel numbers. Okay, this works similarly in that we have stands for you to pick from. We have 5 of them. We have gold, blue, silver, purple, and green. And we have our angel numbers 1 through 55 in here. You pick a stand or stands if you choose to. You can pick more than one. And you get your angel numbers that we will pick for each stand. And then you can go to the description and follow the link to a couple of websites that will give you an idea of what each angel number means, what the specific meaning for that number is. That will tell you a little bit about what the angels would like for you to know for the year or pay attention to, concentrate on, that kind of thing. Also, some people will use all 5 numbers as lucky numbers for the year. People like to do that. Sometimes they take the numbers and then make them be important dates or months of the year or other things that things might happen in. So there's really no right or wrong way. It's just whatever works best for you here. All right, so let's get these numbers. All right, number 1, gold, is a 1. Number 2, blue, is a 7. Oof. Number 3, wow, low numbers. Silver's an 8. 44. Number 4, purple's a 44. And number 5, green, is a 3. Wow, almost all of them are below 10 there. That's wow. Okay, so we have 1, 7, 8, 44, and 3. So there are your oracle sphere, or your angel numbers for the year. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope there were some messages that were useful to you there. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and to share the channel with your friends and family. That's very, very, very important to the channel, and we very much appreciate it. Please remember to check out our other videos. We have lots of timeless tarot on lots of topics that might be fun for you to check out. We do daily messages from Spirit every day, so we have those videos for you to look at. And we do the other videos at least once a week, so we look forward to seeing you for those videos. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Cancer Pile 3, those of you that chose the constellation. And we have a lot to look at today for your yearly 2022 predictions. We have our Black Moon Astrology card, Oracle deck, which we're going to look at first. We will be looking at the booklet for that because there's so much information in here that will help you be able to get some ideas for your year. We also have our tarot cards and Letterman cards that we're going to get some clarification on as well. We will be using our charms to get a little bit more information and a little bit more clarity. We will be using our romance tarot deck to get a little bit more idea of what might be going on in your romantic life for the year. We also have our oracle spheres where you could be thinking of your yes or no question that you can get an answer to. And we also will be doing our angel numbers to give the angels a chance to give you some specific messages or for you to have lucky numbers for the year or things like that. All right, so let's get started. Let's see what your Black Moon Astrology card has to say. 6th house routine, number 30. Okay. It's the second time that's shown up in readings so far. The 6th house deals a lot with your job, your day-to-day routine on your job, small animals, your health, So that might be a major factor this year of things you'll be dealing with and so forth. Let's see what the booklet has to say here. You must change your usual way of looking at things. The sixth house is ruled by the mutable sign Virgo and the planet Mercury. In the horoscope, it is the area of routine in everyday life. It is not so much a dazzling place as it has to do with the ordinary. It also rules the body, differently from the first house, and specifically your health, especially the digestive tract. This house reminds us what we should do to maintain good health, and in this, diet figures in. Anything that comes under the alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting a healthy lifestyle all falls under the category of the sixth house. The sixth house is all about duty, responsibility, and gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, and what you do on a daily 9-to-5 basis. This is why it's also looked upon as the house of the job, how you earn a living as an everyday citizen. When this card turns up, a job change is possible. When the sixth house card presents itself in a reading, an important thing to consider is your state of health. Medical appointments in buildings, such as hospitals and health centers, may figure into your reading. For your future plans to progress smoothly, you must be strong in body. An area to look closely at is your diet. An alternative health approach may work best for you now, and you may find yourself interested in Reiki, acupuncture, chiropractors, health supplements, herbs, and visits to health food stores. Becoming involved in these matters professionally may also develop. As the sixth house has everything to do with your routine and what you do regularly, you may experience changes and disruptions in your schedule. It would also be to your benefit to become as organized as you can, since at this time any type of disorganization could defeat your plans. It is time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. You may find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. Visits to libraries and schools may somehow assist you in your plans. It's important to be analytical in your endeavors, or they may unravel and not turn out in an ideal way you want. Perfection is not necessary to success. Completing what you start is more important. However, the sixth house card does suggest you insist on quality and usefulness. You may find yourself critical at this time, or others will seem to be critical of you. You may want to clear up or correct matters which may have become unhinged, or at least off track. Efficiency in doing the right thing at the right time will serve you in the coming days. This is probably not an easy time because it is not meant to be. For something to really serve you in the best way possible with the outcome you are wanting, you will have to go step by step and have patience. It is not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. The sixth house card in brief: your job, how you work, and what you are working on, responsibility, duties, diligence, volunteer work, making sure all details are covered, looking at the small things, even trivialities, organization, making sure everything is in the right order, analyzing the situation, efficiency, productivity, the body's condition, digestive disorders, the colon, stomach, and esophagus, health foods and diet, a focus on physical, mental, and/or spiritual healing, alternative medicines and healing modalities, forming plans, keeping matters in order, medical buildings, hospitals, and nursing homes, doctors, shamanism, nature, cleanliness, antiseptics, purification, the colors brown, tan, green, and off-white. Keeping the books, numbers, and letters, studying, learning, books, bookwork, libraries, editing, being alone, logic, and small factors. The corresponding tarot card is the Seven of Pentacles. The key ideas are daily work, healing, thought, discernment, small animals, employees, and orderliness. Okay, so as you can see, the sixth house deals a lot with daily routines, service to others, working on the mundane, the routine, as you will. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and see how this energy affects you specifically for the year. All right, we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Moon card. We have the Two of Swords. Temperance. The Knight of Wands. The Death card. The Four of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. Number 13, Child. And Love. Okay. Wow. I do see a couple of different energies going on for the year, a couple of different things happening. It seems like a lot of the Cancer energy this year, for you, those of you with Cancer in your charts, it looks like a lot of changes like mid-year. Like you will start off the year one way, thinking about certain things, dealing with certain things, and then things changing up somewhere about halfway through the year and coming out a better outcome. And also, a lot of you seem to be having a lot of emotions this year, dealing with either emotional matters or with your emotions, just kind of going a little bit of everywhere. There's a lot of that going on in all of the Cancer readings, and you guys are no exception. You guys have those kinds of energies going on as well. It is quite possible you will change jobs this year. Or there will be another big change in your life if it's not a job. Some of you will be bringing children into the world, or will adopt children, or will have children coming into your life in some way, shape, or form. That's not everybody, of course. That's just a possibility for several of you, for that to be a focus of yours this year, or be something that you will need to deal with this year. That's an energy that I've kind of felt in a couple of different of the Cancer piles, but I do see you improving your home life and your relationship with friends and family, that kind of energy. And I do see a shift and a change somewhere around mid-year, where you are going to utilize everything at your disposal to improve your life. Okay? Your life should see a definite improvement towards the latter half of the year. I believe that's true for all of the Cancer readings that we've done. So I guess that's just kind of the way it's going to go for you guys. But you will see a major shift. Basically mid-year, you will see a big change happen in your life, and things will shift around for you. Possibly a new love will come into your life, possibly a new career, possibly a child. Those kinds of energies are what I'm seeing. Okay, so it could be any of those things. It could be more than one of those things that happens, that changes your life up. Okay, I do see new birth. I do see new hope that way. So it's very possible that you will be bringing in new things into your life by the end of the year. Okay, and like I said, that could be children, it could be a new lover, it could be other things, it could be a new career, new job, other things like that. You will probably need to make a decision at some point by mid-year as to which way you're going to go, in which direction you're going to go. You have the Temperance and the Two of Swords cards, which kind of show possibly that journey, or that figuring out if you should do one or the other, that kind of thing. So more than likely you will have a decision to make that will help precipitate this change that we're talking about. Okay, so we got things going on there. Okay. I do feel like by the end of the year you will feel more carefree. You will feel more like you can celebrate, more like you can do whatever you want, because things should start improving for you quite a bit by the end of the year or by mid-year. Let's go ahead and look at your romance cards and find out specifically what might be going on in your romantic life. All right. Okay. We have the Two of Wands, we have the Empress, and we have the Ten of Coins. Okay. I feel like any of you that are actually in a relationship this year, it should be a pretty good one. Should remain pretty stable, should be pretty happy. That seems to be the energy that just about everybody is feeling this year that's in a relationship. I'm not saying every single person that's in a relationship isn't going to break up or have that happen this year, but I do feel like most people that are in a relationship, if it's a decent one, if it's a solid one, if it's been around for a little while, it should remain so throughout the year for the most part. And it could be profitable, could be fun, that kind of thing. There is a possibility for a lot of you to change partners this year, though. So that is something to think about. If you are in a relationship and it isn't as stable, or you haven't been in it that long, or those energies aren't there, then it is possible that you will change up who you have in your life in that capacity during the year. That is a possibility. I do, once again, with the Empress card showing up, do think that it is possible that some of you will be having children this year. That seems to be an energy that I'm getting for a couple of different Cancer piles, but that is something for you to think about. If that is something that doesn't resonate with you, then just be aware that that is a possibility, and, just kind of take whatever measures there. You might have a choice between a couple of different partners this year. I did think that you will have a decision to make at some point during the year, and it could possibly be about your love life. It could possibly be who you're going to be with, or who you might have a couple of different choices, and you may have to decide which one that you would like to actually be with a little bit more on a permanent basis. That kind of thing. So that is something that is a possibility this year as well. That could be the decision that you might have to make. I do see any stable relationships that you're in as being decent ones and going pretty well this year, though. So that is kind of the energy I'm seeing romantically there. So we got that going on. Let's take a look at our charms. Let's see what else we can find out about your year looking into this. Okay, we do have the money bags, which does show some financial security, some good abundance coming your way. So that's really good. We have another balanced energy. We have the sun and the moon. You have the Temperance card. So that is showing some balance that you should reach this year, and be able to have some sort of balance. You have the enough symbol, so you should have enough to get you by for the year. You should not have too much in the way of money troubles or other things like that. You should have enough of what you need that way. We do have the Salamander, which is a little bit more of a fiery, passionate energy. So there could be some passionate energies going on, or some things that you are very passionate about cropping up this year. Could be in romance, but it also could be some creative ideas coming your way, and some things that way. You do have the butterfly, which is a transformational energy. And I do see your life changing up and changing around sometime mid-year. So that is something for you to think about there. We do have the snake. The snake denotes wisdom, but also possibly some sort of deception or snake in the grass type of energy. So be on the lookout to make sure that there isn't somebody out there trying to undermine you in some way, because it is a slight possibility. We do have Wonderland and the teddy bear. Once again, I do see a possibility of children entering your life this year, either through natural birth or through adoption or other means that way, or it could just mean that you start volunteering or working with children. The sixth house energy, that would be a possibility of something you decide to do that way. But children, I do think, will play an important role in your life in some way this year. We do have an S and a W. Those could be initials. Those could trigger words that you think of certain words when you see those. So I'd like you guys to go through and do those on your own. All right, let's go ahead and look at our oracle spheres. This is where you think of your yes or no question that you can get an answer to. We have 4 different stands. We have green, bronze, gold, and blue. Okay? You pick your stand. You think of your yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to, and we go out and we get your answers. All right, so we're going to do green is a not now. Boy, having trouble answering this one. Okay, number 2, bronze is a no. Number 3, gold is also a no. And number 4, blue is a no. My goodness, we have a not now and a no, no, no. Wow, whenever the answers are so similar or like that, I always wonder what the questions are. It makes me so curious as to what was the questions. Okay, let's take a look at our angel numbers. This works similarly in that there are stands to choose from. You have green, purple, silver, blue, and gold. We have our angel numbers 1 through 55 in our bag here. When you pick a stand, or you can pick more than one stand if you'd like, whatever your angel numbers are, you can go out to the websites that are listed in the description and type in whatever angel number it is and find out what specific resonance is or what specific meanings that number has. That gives you an idea of what the angels might be trying to tell you on anything specific to look at for the year. Also, you can use all 5 stands as lucky numbers for the year. Also, some people utilize some of the numbers as important dates or months throughout the year that things might happen. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this, just whatever resonates with you and whatever you would like. So we're going to go out and we're going to get our numbers. All right, number 1 green is 49. Number 2 purple is 16. Number 3 silver is 14. Number 4 blue is 22. And number 5 gold is 34. All right, so we have 49, 16, 14, 22, and 34. So there are your angel numbers for the year. Okay, guys, I really hope this reading had some messages that were useful to you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and to share the channel with your friends and family. Those are extremely important things to us. They help the channel out so much we can't even tell you. So we very much appreciate that. Also, if you get an opportunity, do check out our other videos. We put out daily videos, daily messages from Spirit that we do all the time, every day. We also put out other videos at least once a week, so those would be worth checking out as well. All right, we look forward to seeing you in other videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.